everybody. Let me scoot yourself back a little bit. Hi, hello, what is up? So as you can hear, we're just hanging out today because there's storms blowing through, and I don't like them. Wait, why are we so... Oh, that's why. Hi! Okay, there we go. So I did want to let everybody know I am partaking in a beer. I'm 29. But anyways, hi, hello, what is up, everybody? Also excited news, I have a video that should be posting later on tonight all about dreams. Actually, now thinking about it, I could have probably added like 20 more minutes into that. But, you know, here we are. Hello, hello. Also, to everybody that's in the Discord, hello, everybody that's in the Discord. Successfully, I've still got, it's dingy. I still got to do a full wash on it when the temperature's drier, but everything fits. And yes, if you guess this weighs about 10 fucking pounds, you are correct. It does. But everything except for 3 pins fit. So I'm super excited about that. Good morning. Again, I'm nervous on what people are going to think because it is very, you know, not masculine. But you know what? I don't give a shit. I'm happy and excited. Also, interesting fact, if y'all know, or some of y'all know that I'm working on a secret project, I have no idea when it's going to be done, but I had a really good day today. Hello, hello. I am stepping away from TikTok, if y'all did not know this. Thank you, thank you. It was my grandmother's, actually. But I will be slowly stepping away. Hello. From TikTok for a good while. I'll probably randomly post my drafts. Other than that, like I said before, hello everybody. I'm focusing on this. Hi, hello. And in the process, and I encourage y'all to do this too, even if you're not stepping away from the app. So if you've been following me for a while, you know where I was always very weird about like how people can interact through the phone and everything. Yep, if you would have came up to me a year ago and said that it could happen, I would look at you in the face and probably laugh. Not anymore. Not anymore. So what I did today was just a slight cutting. Not even cutting of the tie, just like cutting that energy. Y'all have no idea. Today has been so fucking productive for me. It is not even funny. And the crazy thing is, so story time about this. Some people in the Discord already know. So I light the candle. I fix it right. I'm letting it do its thing on my altar. There's no wax build up on the sides, which means everything went clear. Y'all, the second that candle went out on its own, our entire fucking neighborhood lost power for about, I want to say about 45 minutes maybe. It really is. It really is. It's extremely toxic over there. And like, I'm not hating on the app in general because I've met some amazing people on there. But yeah, and then that happened, and I'm like, I like put in the Discord, and I'm like, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but the exact moment that candle went out, the entire fucking power in the neighborhood went out. So it definitely worked, and I can't explain it. There's just like this, like I'm bringing my confidence back. Like the video that will be released a little bit later on today. It's about 32 minutes. And it's just like dreams and like how to tell the difference if you're having a normal dream versus like a deity reaching out to you. And yeah, I redid the bag, got that done, washed clothes, I read out of an amazing book, by the way. If anybody is wanting a good book that's not like witchcraft wise, but still fantasy, this book right here. It's called Legend. What's the actual book series called? Is it called Legend? Praise for Event. Okay, Legend, an event group adventure, and it is by David Lynn Gollum. One of my good friends, family friends, turned me on to this, and if you like Warehouse 13, the old sci-fi show, and there was another one that I can't. The Sanctuary. It's like that, and there's like 14 of them. But it's cool because they also go over, like, they base all of this around actual historical or actual real things that happened in history, but they've thrown a little flair to it. So I'm obsessed already. And same. I totally wish they'd do that. Look at you being a badass today. Proud of you. I sucked today, but that's okay. Can't win them all. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, and I'm sorry. I will state a lot of people's going through a lot right now. And I am not looking forward to Mercury retrograde just because I read an article today, which I'm learning that I really should not do that because, like, it's weird, but I'm not looking for this Mercury retrograde. But if you have the time, Astromatrix, not paid or sponsored, but Astromatrix, it can tell you exactly what to look out for during this retrograde. And what's really fucking funny is me and my partner are going to be going through the exact same thing, but opposite sides. So that's going to be interesting. Um, but yeah, like, I don't know what it is about that damn app, and I'm not going to go on to a tangent of it either. Also super fucking excited for this coming month. Y'all have no idea of one of the interviews that I'm supposed to be doing, and y'all are going to want to listen to it because it's by somebody that I highly, highly respect. And if you've been following me since I started all of this on Facebook, without saying the name in the comments, you know who I'm talking about because this was a dream interview that I've been looking forward to since I even started the podcast. So, yeah, I have multiple episodes planned. I've just got to actually get dates and time set and then actually record it and boom. I hate weather. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. But seriously though, do a quick energy cut and clear, boom, and just know that if I ever go full back time on TikTok, I will have so much fucking protections. It is not even funny. Um, I also started something new in the Facebook group. If you're a part of it, if you're not part of it and you want to be, send me a message on one of my platforms, and I will send you a link. It still is. It's a privated group. And I'm trying to get it to become more active. That is the second time I've heard something that's not there. But I've started this thing where I'm gonna start trying to read people without using my cards. And I've already got like 2 questions on there that I've got to answer a little bit later on tonight. But yeah, I'm trying to expand as much as possible. I've also just in general been expanding, and it's so weird because I talked about this in the Discord this morning, but here recently I've been having major breakthroughs, which most people would consider it shadow work, but I haven't been doing shadow work. I've just been going about my day, and then all of a sudden, boom, a eureka moment happens, and I'm like, oh fuck, that makes more sense now. So is anybody else having those days? It's like we're being reflective without trying to be reflective. It's very weird. I also need to cook. Sounds like a doorbell. What is that? Kind of. It was a mixture of like somebody talking and then them getting like cut off midway. And I'm probably gonna have to re-cleanse this because I had a very interesting moment today. And it's one of the first times I actually fought out of it. Yes, you already know. Hello. Okay, sweet. Just let me know. Like I said, message me if you're not already part of it, and I will shoot you a link, and you can be added to it. The only thing that I ask, the number one rule with that group is physical names stay in the group, so everybody's privacy stays where it needs to be. But at like 1 o'clock today, I had to take a nap. Like I just had to lay down. I didn't really fall asleep. But I fell asleep enough to where I broke out of sleep paralysis tonight, or today, and I have not had that in a really, really long time. Something flew by your camera. It was a fly. I have a pesky little fly that for some reason is hanging out with me right now. So it's either Beelzebub or Loki. Haven't decided which one yet. But I had an episode of fucking sleep paralysis, and it scared the teeth little shit out of me. Not like I'm in danger, it was just the feeling of it, because, like, I had one of those interception dreams, where, like, I went to sleep, and I got up, because I thought I heard somebody come through the back door, and we have curtains separating all the actual shit. And, like, as I heard the sound of somebody with a heavy foot walking up, right as it got to the curtain, I tried jumping up. But, like, it was almost, if you've ever had sleep paralysis, you know what I'm about to say. But it was so weird because it was like I had sleepy mind. like wrapped around me trying to pull me down, like prevent me to get up. Y'all, when I tell y'all I jumped quick right on outside that bed, jumped off the bed, fucking walked and checked both doors, and I'm like, okay, it was sleep paralysis. But I've not had it in so fucking long, and I want to figure out what it is. I want to figure out if it is the scientific explanation, due to the fact that our I'm talking like as we literally just learned to walk and talk, ancestors used to live outside in caves and stuff like that. So our bodies, evolution, gave us these two little nifty little switches. So when you go to sleep, two switches are activated. One paralyzes your body. That way, either A, you don't act out your dreams and roll off a cliff, or possibly hurt somebody else. And then the other one, it's basically to where your brain. So when you go to sleep, your body becomes paralyzed. When you hit the dream cycle, your body becomes paralyzed. And what winds up happening as sleep paralysis and a scientific aspect of it, for some reason, something goes wrong and your brain wakes up while your body is still completely fucking paralyzed. And in that, you're in like this weird waking slash sleeping dream, and scientists themselves do not actually know what causes it, because not everybody has the same experience. This is also where the old hag comes at. Most people feel a sensation of something sitting on their chest. I have not. I've never had that experience. My partner hasn't either. And what kind of started all of this, or around the point that I started all of this online stuff, was we had sleep paralysis in an experience for a solid week, both of us. And they were similar but different at the same time. But I've always had someone actually enter the house and try to enter the room that I'm in. And I don't think it's a spirit, and I'm not chalking it up to, oh, somebody's trying to fuck with me, because, well, if you're a witch online, everybody's trying to fuck with us at some point in time. And I've gotten used to that, but that's okay because I have extra types of protection and everything like that. But I really want to know what causes it. Like, do we somehow subconsciously summon it in a weird way? Is it aliens? Is it the Greys? Because the first experience that I had, that was not a fucking... That would have been the definition of a damn demon, if I ever used the term demon. Because that bitch was creepy as fuck. Because I saw it without fully seeing it, and it was a mixture of, like, this mummified skeleton without the wrapping over it, mixed with, like, dark grayish skin. And it had very long, like, bony, but the skin was like this dark yellowish, not yellowish, this dark grayish color. And it like reached over where the curtain was at. And as I saw its fingers do like this, I jumped the fuck up. Scared the shit out of me. And that was one of the last times me and my partner both experienced. But the reason that fucks with me is because it's like a dream. You're not supposed to be able to share a dream. So to say that sleep paralysis is just a normal human response, how the fuck do you explain two people experiencing two different things, but experiencing and having sleep paralysis for an entire week straight? That does not make sense. I am sorry. I'm a very logical person. But, like, to the point where if something goes bump in the night, and I will try, like a ghost hunter in a way, I will try to see if I can recreate it. If I can recreate it, then it's not magical, it's not supernatural. But if I cannot recreate it, then that falls under the lines of it's not natural. I've seen a gray before when I actually asked to project it. Now, I don't know if that was a gray or what it was, but it can sure as hell stay the fuck away from me because I've seen a bunch of crazy shit. That right there, up here, takes the cake on that one. And the reason I also say, so like, we're gonna humor me really quick in this conversation. If the sleep paralysis was an actual entity, right? How does it get past all the wards that witches and other magical practitioners set up? Because to me, it's almost like a burag. And in some incidences, it technically kind of, some people may consider it a burag. But I want to know how it gets past the protections. Because like a burag or a boohag, I knew I was saying that weird. Boohag, having a broom outside your door, that's one of the reasons, because it almost stems from the Chinese, Asian, and or Japanese cultures. They have a lot of spirits over there where they have spirit traps where they believe a spirit, if you like throw, have a broom outside, or you get a pillow and you put like seeds or bird feed in it, or even rice, and then you also like sew it up. So basically they have to count out every single blade or every single thing of hay on that broom, or they have to count out all the seeds before they can come inside. normally you put enough out there to where by the time that they finish counting it, the sun comes up and they have to go away. Um, so like I don't understand if it is an actual entity. Is it our dreams that are the actual entry point to where it allows it to come in? See what I mean? Like it's the Hat Man. I've never seen the Hat Man, and I've actually purposely tried to see the Hat Man. Um, and there's another one too that people see in their dreams. It's very weird. I've seen from the torso up, and it was exactly what you explained. Oh, see, that makes me feel better that I'm not going crazy. Just don't worry about the spiders. They're good guys. Webs of protection. Yes, same. I always, unless it's venomous, that is the only type of spider that I will actually kill. But if it's a house spider, anything like that, I either like put it up where it came from, or I'll try to capture it and release it back outside. Because I've heard that too. If spiders create webs that are connecting to your house, it's an extra layer of protection. And we have fucking the garden spiders or banana spiders everywhere on our property right now. But see, that makes me feel. I don't know how I feel about that though, because like that was the most horrifying feeling I've ever felt in my damn life, and I straight up in the longest meditation I've ever did, saw something that full on gave me what the definition of fight or flight is, and my ass froze like a fucking stone. Um, I was doing this meditation. There's a graveyard there, and I see this like fucking dark figure crouching down. It was not human. I don't know what the fuck it was. It was old, and it was curious. But when I saw that shit, it yanked me out of my meditation. And then I look up, and as I look up and make, I'm not going to say eye contact, because I couldn't see any features besides the outline of it, but I knew for a fact I connected with it. And when I did, holy shit, y'all, my entire body and every ounce of me was like, you need to get up and fucking run. Get up and run, dumbass. Get up and run, dumbass. And you know what I did? I became stone. I was completely petrified. And it was hands down the most intense experience, except for that shit that I had. No thank you on that one. Scared the shit out of me. That's a good question, but the whole entity you described is something that I've seen outside of sleep at night, like shadow people, but literally I can't sleep hardly, so wow, I wonder if it's related. Ooh, this is gonna make me fall down a rabbit hole. I sense Reddit is in my future very soon. Like the opposite of a sleep for his demon. Ooh. Okay, the birds are flying. We're good. No, this has got me curious too. And I have a book on it. One of my friends sent me. I've got to find it. It is a Christian book though. It's a Christian aspect of what sleep paralysis is. Yes, please do, please do. And their theory is, which is the term that I fucking hate using, a demon. Basically, it's some type of demon. Um, but I don't know. It's very weird. And then if we really wanted to get deep, sleep paralysis for me was freaking out of a dark figure standing next to me and not seeing anyone. That's what my partner, except for he did see one. My partner, what he experienced was this like dark entity was always lurking over him. Um, and the first time he broke out of it, he broke out swinging, like straight up, motherfucker. I woke up to him doing like this in the air, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And he's like, "There's fucking dark shadow man standing here," and I'm like, "All right, let's go back to sleep." Um, but if we think about that, it very well could be a lot of things because like think about the world right now, how open everything is, as in there are cultures and people from different cultures all over the world. So if we look at that as in, if somebody leaves Japan or Greece, their cultures and also their lore very well can follow them. It's like in the Appalachian Ozark mountain range. What a lot of people don't understand when it comes to magic is like with me when I tried to start Celtic magic or the Celtic path, I felt disconnected because most of that stuff over there is like actual location. And I was like, well, I live here in the fucking United States. It wasn't until I realized that our mountain range and their mountain range were connected at one point in time, which means the Fae and other spirits that they have over there, they're also over here. Um, so I mean, it kind of broadens that term of like, you know what I mean? I'm trying, I hope I'm saying what I'm trying to say, right? It's like we're in an area now where it could be a lot of things, but not just on, I'm going to say, westernized lore. It could also be lores from around the world, basically, because we've moved and traveled so much. And then the case with that one is, how the fuck do you stop it? But it's very weird, I will say that, because, and the crazy thing is, I know with me and sleep paralysis, I know when it happens, because again, I'll try waking up, and it's almost like an inception to where I'm getting up, but at the same time, it's like all of a sudden I blinked, and I'm right back laying back down. Rabbit hole, I really have some stories and things I really am curious about too. Oh, yes, I love it! Wait, hold on. Ah! There we go. Also, my cat tried killing me last night. I had an empty one of these on my stoner altar, which is ironically also next to where the cat's food and water was. Motherfucker threw it in the bowl of water. So I wake up this morning, and the first thing I see is a little pink thing floating in the water. Yes, I cleaned the bowl. No, he did not drink out of it. My cat is spoiled as fuck, as in literally, when he wants something to drink, I have to get the bowl, go into the bathroom, clean it, and give him fresh water. Because he will not touch it, anything, and he will knock it off. He has knocked it over before. He's a little spoiled. How about dreaming about waking up? Oh, motherfucker, I felt that. And yes, I've had that too. Wait, did that come back? Hold that thought, y'all. There's gonna be a flash. I was like, wait, why does it look different in here? Okay, look away in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Our power just flickered and went completely out, and then back on. Ironically, also as well, if you've seen the TikTok where I'm like, the thunder seems weird and sounds weird, it no longer is doing that now. It just seems like normal fucking thunder. So I feel like I can't feel like I'm going crazy because other people have also heard the thunder that I was talking about. How about dreaming about waking up and not really... Oh, yep, I call them inception dreams because I've done that and went about halfway through my day only to realize that I was still laying in bed asleep. I hate those dreams because it makes me question my own reality. Like, am I dreaming right now or am I awake? The whole damn inside of the dream, I do that often. Maybe like astral traveling. Very true, it very well could be. Time to pour a drink for thunder. For Thor. Right? Thor and Loki. Interesting fact. Thor is the thunder god. Loki is the god of lightning. Which means they work hand in hand. Oh, fuck. To you. I would pour it out, dudes, but, like, I'm inside. So, and it's beer. I can't just pour beer on the floor. But, I'll give you a beer later on tonight, y'all. Just don't strike me. This is becoming like our YouTube family thing. I know, and I love it. I really do love this. Like, we're all just kind of chilling and hanging out. I miss thunderstorms. I live in Alaska, and it's very limited. Oh. Wait, do y'all not have thunderstorms in Alaska? Although, at the same time, I'm pretty sure y'all have other storms that I would probably freak the fuck out about. I'm not even gonna lie. And the crazy thing is, like, the only time I'm really afraid is the wind. The wind is what fucks me up, and that's just because my neighbor will not cut down the damn tree. And like, you don't have to cut it down fully. Just take like a good 5 to 10 feet off of it, and we'll be okay. But you know, creeping in the back again. Hello, hello, hello. I had some near shocked instances, so LOL, I felt that. Don't shock me comment. Yes! I've had lightning strike a car that I was in twice. One of them, I was really, really young, scared the T-title shit out of me, and then the other one, haven't, like, what was I doing? I know I was in a car. Luckily nobody was hurt though, but that used to be my biggest fear when I was younger, especially when I had my, mouth pierced. The only thought that I had walking home from school was I was going to be the one person to be struck by lightning because I had a fucking metal piece sticking out of my mouth. Luckily, that never happened. And if I ever do get struck by lightning, you better damn sure make sure I get fucking superpowers. Meta-human, here I come. We do only 3 months out of the year. We get mostly snow. Okay. Dude, I think it was last week, it snowed in Australia and I think a part of Africa. Now that's scary. Also, not to talk about gloom and doom and fucking the global crisis, but for all of my Pokemon lovers, does our reality not remind you of Pokemon the movie 2000 when the like ancient four beings woke up and it completely threw the entire weather system completely off? Electricity and I have a love-hate relationship. Oh, I feel you on that one. My friend in the 8th grade passed away by being struck by lightning, and I was terrified of years for lightning. Oh, and same, interesting fact about Bridge to Terabithia. That's the reason that book was actually written. The author took their son and their son's friend to the beach, and he was struck and killed by lightning. And she didn't know how to explain to him what just happened to his friend, so the Bridge to Terabithia was born. And I'm really questioning our teachers back then for making us watch that movie and read that book without telling us or giving us a trigger warning that it's not going to go the way that we think it's going to go. LOL, yeah, this one time lightning cracked and separated above me, hit stuff around me, but not me. Oh, holy shit, I would have came out of my body. No, let me rephrase that. My soul and spirit would have came out of my body. My skeleton would have came out of my body next, and then the muscle would have came out of my body and then went back. It would have been like a Scooby-Doo episode. Um, I like lightning, like I love watching it, as long as it's not directly over our house. And it wasn't until, I think it was last week, or last weekend before that, me and my partner were outside because I was showing them a couple of things, primarily the beauty berry bush that we have right next to our door. I'll take a picture of that and show y'all. It's fucking huge. But the tree that was damaged, that almost took out our fucking bedroom window, has multiply been struck by lightning on one of its branches, and it's really cool. And the reason I state that is because the three oak trees that I use are almost in a perfect natural triangle. And they're all, I think they're either century oaks or water oaks. So they're huge, they're old as fuck. Um, I just have to safely be able to get to the branch where the lightning has struck to collect some of it. And I tried climbing up it, and my partner looked at me and he goes, "Don't do that. You're going to wind up falling and you're going to wind up being hurt. And then I'm going to have to go to the ER with you to explain to them that the reason you fucking fell and possibly broke something was because you were trying to collect wood that was struck by lightning." That would be a very awkward, funny conversation. I was on the ground in position, terrified. Oh, I would have been too. Holy shit, I totally would have been. And then my biggest fear, although I wish I could see it, I would love to see it, don't want to be anywhere near it. I wish lightning would strike our fucking lake and I could see it from a safe distance. The show that fucked me up, I think it was Unsolved Mysteries. The episode where, and I'll never fucking forget this because I've lived in a trailer a lot. And they used like a trailer. The fucking woman was talking on one of the old school white, like, wireless phones with a large ass antenna. And it's either her or him. And they're standing in front of the glass door talking. Lightning comes through the door and strikes them. That fucked me up so much when I was younger. I didn't want to go anywhere near windows, didn't want to have anything to do with metal, didn't want to have a cell phone, a walkie-talkie, nothing when it was raining and lightning. But to think also, our parents, let us also multiple times play out in the rain. And now they wonder why our generation is the way our generation is. We did so many things that could have possibly killed us when we were younger. As long as we were back home, though, before the lights turned off, we were okay. I was at home like an hour and a half before that happened. Oh my god. Little Bear and Goose. I don't know what the fuck that flavor is, but that shit's tart. Really embarrassing storm until recently. My anxiety recently started. I'm slowly getting over it, though. There have been multiple times. There was a time yesterday, day before yesterday, and then last week where I've actually just stood outside up under the porch. Hello. stood outside under the porch, the safety of the porch, and just straight up watched it. And there was only 2 or 3 times I almost shit myself because when the lightning happened, it was a hell of a lot closer than I'd liked it to be. And here recently, when the thunder goes, it will shake the entire house. My entire life, I've slept the best way with my head on the windowsill during lightning storms. Oh, you are brave. I wouldn't have been able to do that. Now, there is something that I do want to do, but since we're talking about lightning, I don't know how safe it is. And I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but there's a documentary that's called, I think it's called Earth Walking. Basically, a technique to this to ground yourself. I sometimes feel if I stay calm, the lightning stays away. Here recently, actually, I'm not going to finish what I was about to finish until all this shit is done and over with. But let's just say a protection working that I did works a little bit too well, not just on me, but also my partner. Um, but oh my god, ADHD brain. What was I talking about? Earthing. So with the idea of earthing is if you were to go camping and sleep on the ground for 3 nights, it resets your eternal clock. And somebody took this a step further. So the not electrical tape, I call it tin tape, but it's the tape that you use with like air conditioners and everything. You get that copper wiring and a piece of steel or copper, primarily copper because it does energy very well. You pick a window that's closest to your bed and you make like this mat of a mixture of that tin tape and copper wiring. You lay that down between the cushions or between the mattresses, and then you run that wire outside and basically ground it. My only problem is what happens if you did that and you're sleeping and lightning strikes it? You basically just cooked yourself, which is a horrifying thought. Yes, I've heard of that. LOL, I like that invisibility spell I did. Oh, I would love to hear. That's my favorite type of camping. A bag of fire. Yes, yes, the duct tape. There we go. Thank you. Yes, that stuff. And I would love to try it because I've been wanting to camp. I even have a tent. It's just getting my partner outside. I've gotten him to camp with me once, and it took me dragging a queen size mattress into the tent. And I'm like, you do realize this is the entire opposite reason of why people want to go camping, right? He's like, look, I'm out here. Just because I'm out here camping with you does not mean I cannot relax and sleep comfortable. And I was like, you got a point. I'll jumpstart you, that's for sure. It'll jumpstart you, that's for sure. Oh, I bet it will. That's what I'm actually thinking when it slightly gets a little bit cooler and all this tropical shit and weather goes away. I think the only thing I'm gonna have to go out and get though are the actual I don't know what the fucking called, the technical term for them, but the actual like metal weird stringy things, the sticks that you actually put up the tent. I've got to get that, but I definitely want to. I haven't been camping in fucking years, and oh, I so want to. I love it to death. Although I've only had one camping experience that scared the teetotal shit out of me. We camped that one time. That was cool as fuck. Oh yes, I remember that, and yes, it was. Actually, yeah, I did camp a lot when I was in Alabama. Fuck, I forgot about that. I mean, there is a reason that I forgot about that, but we're not going. We're not going into that one. Um, but I went to a family reunion. What the fuck ever happened to those? It's just like all of a sudden you get to a certain age and it just stops. But and it was up in the mountains in Georgia. And when I mean mountains, I mean as we're going up there, all my family, my aunt, my cousins, and my mom and my brother, we're all going up there, and it's middle of the night, like straight up middle of the night, right? And as we're trying to find these directions, this is way before like real good GPS, right? We go to this road, and there's no railing. It's just blackness, so it's all blending in. And we pull up, and we're like, my aunt's like, well, I don't know what to do because I don't know what's in front of us. Like, thank God we convinced her to roll it back and turn because the following morning, as we had to go to Walmart, we found out that it was a straight drop. Straight up, like, drop down. But it was cool. Wait, hold on. I gotta make sure I don't miss these. I love the day camping, but I want it in the day with a hot shower and going to sleep in my own bed. Oh, I feel the hot shower aspect. I hate that sticky humidity feeling. Oh, it drives me crazy. Have you ever seen a tree that was struck by lightning? Never seen something like that. When I think of a tree, I imagine it grounding the energy. Yes, I have actually. I have one out in my yard. Obviously not tonight. But tomorrow I'll make a little video of it and repost it up here so you can see. It looks really cool, and one of the easiest ways to spot a tree that's been struck by lightning, because I think that's what it does ground it, but due to the intensity of it, it actually creates like these sliver marks going all the way down it, and there's pieces of bark missing. You should come up here and go camping. Plenty to choose from, but bring a gun. Oh, I definitely will do that, and I would love to, actually. We should do that again. Yes, we should. The tree at my house got struck and caught on fire. Oh, luckily that one did not. But as we're camping, the first night we actually got to stay in a cabin that one of my family members rented. That was okay. The second night, as more family members started to show up, we actually had to like all camp out. So it's me, my mom, and I think my aunt, and we're all kind of camping. This was the most beautiful spot I've ever seen in my entire fucking life, and I'm jealous that my family member owned one of the cabins because it was this perfect small little lake tucked around, like tucked into the small little valley in the middle of the fucking mountains. So your only views is just mountains. And then there's this perfect little cabin set off right here, and then up the road a little bit, there's another cabin that kind of jets outward. But we're down here right next to the other cabin, and there's like probably 10 tents that's been set up. And I'm pretty sure it was 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know, but I had to get up and use the bathroom. And I woke my mom up, and I'm like, yo, because again, I'm young as fuck at this point. And I'm like, yo, I need to go piss. That did not happen because when I woke up and tried to wake her up, or I think it was right before I woke her up, fucking all I see is the shadow of a giant ass cat walk like right next to the fucking thing. And at first I thought I was dreaming. So I wake up, I tell my mom. As we're all sitting down to actually eat breakfast, come to find out there was a bobcat that actually moved through the entire campsite because there were 2 other sites that also had reported it. So I'm glad my fear held me back from going to piss because I may not have been here at that point in time. It was cool, though. It was one of the coolest experiences, except for my cousins and brother trying to go. They actively tried to go and find a bear cave to set off fireworks. Luckily, they didn't know where it was or anything like that, so nothing happened. Nothing was set on fire. But, yeah, coolest experience I think I've ever had, as in that young and camping, because I want to go back to the mountains now. Palm trees are natural. Tiki torches. Oh, shit, I did not know that. Camping not in the southeast is way better and different, except for the different critters. See, I would love to try that, too, because, like, I will say, as much as I hate Alabama sometimes, camping there, oh, there's just something about it. Camping on the side of a river, oh, I love it. And I mean, I did camp here in Florida, but it was on the most haunted property we've ever lived on, in the middle of the fucking woods. So, that was fun. But I would love to do that. I'd also love to go camping in the desert just because, like, here, especially because we live next to a lake, the air is, on top of being humid as fuck, it's still got a lot of moisture in it. And like I said, I hate that feeling. Like, I used to take 2 showers a day, 1 in the morning and 1 at night. And depending on the summer days, I'll still do that if I can. Oh, I'd love to go to Utah. Oh, God. There are so many places I'd love to go and fucking camp and hike. I also want to go snow sledding and snowboarding and skiing. Never done it, but I'm really good at skating, as in rollerblading. Or no, inlining technically, because the rollerblades that's got the brake in the front and the 4 wheels, I can't do that shit to save my life. Oh, yes, I'd definitely love to go to Arizona. Deserts are freezing at night, and if you're in the Mojave, you will probably see the Dark Watchers. I would kind of love to see those. The only issue I have at the desert is the tarantulas and the scorpions. And I know everybody that's watching this are like, you do realize there's way more things to be worried about. Nope, not for me. To me, it would be a scorpion, and it would be a tarantula. Because if I woke up and a giant fucking tarantula was crawling on me, I'd burn everything down to the ground. My luck, though, I'd burn everything down to the ground except for the fucking tarantula. Wake up to all the stones, colors. Oh, I would love that so much. Yes, please, please. I would love to. Love to go snowboarding. I don't know about surfing. Only because I have that fear of the abyss. So, like, if I were to ever be thrown into the deep part of the ocean, I would probably just die in general. But yeah, I would love to, like, I'm fucking terrified of heights. I will go skydiving before I die just to be able to do it. Hopefully it's not how I die. That would be some fucked up karma right there. Wait my entire life to do something that I've never done before, only for it to be the one thing that ended me. Knock on wood, Xing that shit out. I'm not manifesting that. Dude, Goose Island, I love your beer, but this shit gets tart as fuck when it starts to warm up. Regarding snow, he works with snow spirits here, such as... Ooh, I don't know. I'm interested in that, though. Your place sounds so much cooler than mine. Nebraska has very little excitement, but our weather can get pretty interesting. Florida definitely can get interesting. Cause like out here, like again, I live in a lake. I'm not swimming in that lake because I'm so afraid of the fucking brain eating anema. But from my research, it's a natural spring-fed lake. There's no stagnant water. The water is weirdly warm. I will state that, but it's clear. You can see completely down to the bottom. And then you got to worry about all the snakes. There's also a plant here. Recently learned this. Hopefully I never run into it. There is a plant here that if it gets on your skin, it causes blisters. Ugh. There's another tree here that's more down towards like the beach area. It's a type of not mango. Why did I say mango? It's a type of tree that grows like on the edge of the oceans. There's normally a sign near any of those trees because it's kind of the same thing as the plant that I was talking about. The sap from this specific type of tree, mangoes. There we go. Mangroves. There we go. It's a type of mangrove thing. And if it gets inside you, it has like microscopic little like shards of fucking like plexiglass. So it irritates the fuck out of the skin. And then we have, depending on where you at, you got gators, black bears, smaller black bears. I think they're black or brown bears. Panthers, bobcats. Almost said mountain lion. Bobcats. Depending on where you're at in Florida, you have iguanas that can fall from trees when it gets too cold. Never experienced that. And then if you go farther down south, you got fucking pythons to worry about. Other than that, though, Florida's amazing. The way that I describe to people with Florida, Florida's one of those states where you're either going to make it or it's going to eat you up and spit you back out. And it spit me out twice. But I'm hard-headed as fuck and just went back. There's a place up here called Angel Rock. You'll enjoy it. Oh, that sounds amazing. Oh, God, I miss the mountains. The funny thing is, too, I've lived in Florida for like 5 years now, and I've still never made it to the fucking beach. Which the beach now also scares me. You got jellyfish, you got fucking sharks. Fuck. Florida really is the Australia of America. And the crazy people to match as well. Honestly, same. We've been getting mountain lions and bear sightings here in the past couple of years because of wildfires. Oh, see, that would... I honestly do not know what I would do if I walked out my front door and there's just a family of bears there. At all. If anything, though, Black Panthers are the only thing that I'm really afraid of, and there's a reason. In Alabama, the part that I'm from, you could actually, during the summer times, you could actually walk out on our porch, which we're country as fuck. So, of course, most of my family had the screened-in porches where we would literally just hang out there. But at a certain time when the sun started to set, you could straight up, you either hear it sounds like a baby's crying and screaming, and or you hear what sounds like a woman screaming bloody murder. Those are Black Panthers. And here's something you always need to know. If at any point in time you're walking through the woods and you lay eyes on a Black Panther, I wanted to say run, but don't if you can do it, because the only reason you will ever see one is because it wanted you to be seen. And normally the people that have seen it don't come in contact with it or don't come out next to it. And the reason that scared me when I was younger was our next door neighbor, an elderly woman that just loved us. She was kind of that neighbor's house where like all the kids hung out. She actually had a scar on her face because she didn't get attacked by a Black Panther. She got attacked by a mountain lion. There's this dirt road that the road that we lived on ended, so it went from like a actual road to just a straight dirt road. And she was jogging it, and apparently it got a hold of her. Luckily, she survived. But I had that experience where we went back to my hometown because my mom was with some fucking guy. We were introducing him to the family. And my cousin's walking us out to the dog pens to show us the dog. And I forgot the dog, but it's the gray dogs. They're gray. Normally, they have like a clipped tail. And they're like gray and silver. They're hunting dogs, but the breed specifically, you have like a 2 year period to actually train them, because if you don't, they're dumb as rocks. And we went out to see that, and we heard something, and the guy that was with my mom looked up, and we all saw it. Straight up saw it. Big ass black cat looking at us, and let's just say we got back inside ASAP, and luckily nothing happened or anything like that. Most horrifying experience. Now, let me read these comments. We have mountain lions coming up in people's yards here. Oh shit. We have coyotes here. We haven't really. I've never dealt with a coyote. I do like the fact that coyotes, they actually can walk on their tippy toes, so that's really cool. Those might also sound like a fox. Oh, I did not know that. I have a family of foxes here that sounds absolutely adorable. Oh, watch out for the moose. They can get as big as a moose. Yeah, that would scare the shit out of me too. A moose or an elk would totally scare the shit out of me because I wouldn't know what to do. Actually, no. What would wind up happening was the breaking news story would be Witch, who tries to talk to a moose so he doesn't kill him, winds up getting stompled to death, because that's what I would do. I would straight up be like, look, I'm a witch. I'm not here to hurt you, and I know damn well you can understand what I'm saying. I'm not here to hurt you. Just let me go this way, and you can have it all. Oh, fucking Christ, my brain. And rabbits cry like babies when they're hurt, too. See, I didn't know that. If you sit outside my house in the middle of the night, you'll hear coyotes and cows, mainly. Oh, sit outside my house at night, and all you hear is sirens and my crazy neighbors. Oh, yep, been there before. I used to live in... Well, I've lived in multiple cities, but the biggest one that I've lived in, technically, would be Montgomery, the state capital of Alabama. Don't move there. Don't. Just don't. And that's one thing I do not miss out here, which is we don't really hear that. I mean, sometimes we do, and then we also hear a train, because there's a town over from us, to where a train randomly comes through, which I'll go to sleep to that. That's straight up crickets. You got crickets, whippoorwill, and fucking trains going in the background. Oh my god, that's a lullaby for me. Same. And that's also another episode that I'm going to try to do for the podcast soon. When the weather starts to clear up a little bit, and we don't have that much wind, I want to do another like nature meditation sounding episode on my podcast. I could send you a video of wolves howling. Sounds spooky. See, it's interesting you say that. So, slightly back to the story of when I was in the graveyard, or not in the graveyard, but I was right next to the graveyard doing that meditation. I was with my partner, ex now, but partner then. Shout out to you, Josh. But we were both working through the third book in Christopher Penczak's The Temple of Witchcraft series, which is the more shamanic one. And we were both doing this thing where, because we were both basically teaching each other, it was like we were mentoring each other. but also keeping up with the same thing. And we would do these small little experiments to see if what we were experiencing was actually like just in our heads, or again, he was very logic, I was very logic. So we kind of did it like in an experiment. And that particular one, he had asked the goddess, which is who we used to work with a lot, for me to either see or hear a wolf. Now I know what a coyote sounds like. Coyotes and wolves do not sound the same. That night, when I first walked out on the back step and I got like I was trying to get my head in the right space and everything, it's dead of winter, cold as fuck. We are up in like the foothills of the Appalachians, so it's cold as fuck, which means the colder it is at night, normally you can hear more sounds, it travels more. And all of a sudden, as I'm like meditating, I hear what straight up a straight wolf. It was about 3 of them off in the distances. And I stopped and I'm like, we don't have wolves in Alabama that I'm aware of. Like, that's not supposed to be a thing. And after I walked in from experiencing all of that, I looked it up. I was like, you need to get on your computer and you need to play me a video of what sounds like wolves howling. And he's like, why? And I was like, I heard fucking wolves howl. And he went pale white. He was already pale. He was, this should not be offensive to gingers, but he was a ginger. So he was already pale white. He went paler, like 3 shades paler. And he was like, are you serious? And I'm like, no shit. I'm freaking the fuck out right now. Just had multiple experiences. We looked it up, and the exact same sound. Now, what's even more creepier than that was his mom knew that we practiced witchcraft, and her herself dabbled in Appalachian folk magic. But at the end of the day, she was Christian. She scared the shit out of us that following morning because she comes barging and fucking banging on our door at 8 o'clock that morning. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? And she's like, what the fuck did you do last night? And I'm like, I went outside to meditate. Why? Around about an hour and a half after me and him actually went to sleep, she got woke up. She used to sleep on her couch in the living room. Long story behind that. Not my story to tell. But she got woke up because she heard a noise at the backyard. Now, the apartments that we were living in, they had an extra, like, protective security thing where it was like not chain linked, but it was basically metal screening, not just like the thin metal screening, like thick metal screening to where you could not break in the windows or anything like that. She's like, I heard a noise and it sounded like something was trying to get in the door. So like I kind of stood there. She said it eventually went away, so she went back to sleep. We go outside that next morning and there are scratches not only on the window, on the metal screen on the outside of it, there are straight up claw marks. There are also claw marks on the actual fucking door. When I tell you that was the craziest shit I think I've ever experienced, because there was so much shit that happened all at once that could not be explained and could not be a coincidence. Okay, I was making sure I didn't do anything. But yes, please, when you can, send me a video of the wolves howling. But it's moments like that, though, that I wish witches who like make content and stuff will post about, because with the whole TikTok thing, and not like getting too much into that, what I think happening to some people, because it happened to me, it's the fact that depending on when you started your journey, like with me, I started really before like TikTok and all that other shit. I'd post it here and there on social media, but it was still building up and taking off. The social media was. And in your younger years of starting your practice, that's normally when you're going to have those experiences that solidate, like completely solid, and makes your foundation stronger by like, there's no questioning if this is real or not. It's real. And then now you have all of these other people that are just now getting into it that are also having these aha moments. And when I first started it, I was like, well, fuck, I no longer have these moments. Like, does that mean there's something wrong with me? No, it just means I'm in a different part of my journey. And of course, I obviously still have moments like that, but I haven't really been that active as in, like, what I used to do compared to what I do now. And the videos you see where, like, people are cleansing their house and they're like, you know, starting witch, please leave, shoo, please go, versus now where you just see somebody getting pots and pans saying, all right, fuckers, get the fuck out. That is 100% true even when it comes to your spell work. Straight up. you will get to a point where your magic in and itself creates a personality, if you will. Um, but it's cool. Like, it's really, really cool. I also realized I started something at the very beginning of this, and I never actually finished it. The secret project that I'm working on. So y'all know, y'all seen it. How many times I've tried to get shit out of my head, and it just did not go the way that I planned. That all went away today. I skipped the quiet, please leave phrase. Yes, I love it. I will try to find it, and if I will, it's gonna embarrass the fuck out of me, but I'll fucking do it anyways. When we first moved here, fuck, I did it again. Secret project. After the cleansing or during the cleansing, I was working on it, and oh my god, within like a 10-minute time, I had so much shit just spew out of my mouth, and it all synced up perfectly. So I'm excited about that, and one day y'all get a small preview of that. But when we first moved here, interesting fact, we never met the owner, but we do know he was a preacher. Which is weird because in the same drawer we found a crucifix or a giant metal cross. We also found a bullet that was originally dug out of the hallway. Yes, our trailer's been shot twice. One of them actually being recent as we were living here, but we were not here when it happened. But we slept in the back room, which eventually became my craft room. And there was some entity back there that just did not like my partner at all. So I did a cleansing. I did a full-on, like, get the fuck out of my house. But I did it on Facebook Live. On my actual personal account. So I'm going to try to find that and see if I can download it and then re-upload it. Because it's definitely a sight. The crazy thing is, though, the amount of orbs that you see in that video, whether you believe in them or not, it's fucking insane. Because they all stopped when I actually told the shit to get the fuck out. Trigger warning, though, if you see that video, because there is a bunch of cussing in that video. For cleansing, I would just tune into some frequencies on YouTube. The bullet was used against a vampire that was a vampire hunter priest. That would be crazy as fuck if that were even true at all. My spirit guides are a pair of wolves, a black one and a white one. When I was living in PE for school, I black wolf toted about 20 foot away from me and looked into my eyes and then turned into the woods. Oh, holy fuck. That would be so intense. I just did the let's dance together phase, and now wondering what shit happened to the people I don't like. Do not recommend befriending some of them, yet can be aggressive. Definitely understand that one. I'm also going to get back to the frequency one. With wolves, I've only had one experience head-on-head with a wolf. My ex-sister-in-law's mom, who was also an open practitioner, but let's just say she liked living in the shadows. She actually had a full-blooded wolf. It was black. It had a very, very small percentage of husky in it. But it was straight black, and it had yellowish eyes. And the first time me meeting this dog, I walk in, and it's just after Thanksgiving, so he's got a giant piece of ham with the bone running out of his mouth. And she raised him. So she was so connected to him, they would literally play tag with each other. And I'm like, you're letting a wolf chase you around. But before she let us inside, she looked at me and she goes, it is extremely important that you follow what I'm about to tell you because it can literally prevent life or death. And she looked at me and she goes, do not look him in the eye. If you look him in the eye, depending on how he reacts, it's not going to be good because that's showing, that's showing that you're trying to take it on. So basically, I tried to avoid the eye contact of it. And there was a moment where he came up to me and he was sniffing me. And then he makes direct eye contact with me and looks me directly in the eye. And I'm sitting here, like, making sure, like, I don't move. But at the same time, I was telling it in my head. I'm like, look, I'm not afraid. I respect the fuck out of you, but I'm not afraid of you. And he fucking licked my leg, started wagging his tail, and just walked off. And she looked at me and she goes, I don't know what the fuck you just did, but he's never done that before. And especially because he does not like men. He normally only likes females, but he likes you. So that was my only experience with the wolf so far. And hopefully I never encounter a wild wolf, because I will probably die. Because my dumbass will try to tame it. Like, I'm a witch! I must have you as a pet! Come! My spirit guides are a pair. Okay. I had a red fox-Swiss German Shepherd mix. He was a tricky boy, and tag was necessary. Oh, and I've had to deal with a husky. When I lived on the farm, one of my roommates, they went out and got a husky. And the barn that we were living in, the front part of it, it was a hay barn, horse barn, and then the front part was converted into like a 2-bedroom, full-on like kitchen, bath, laundry room, and living room with just like 2 bedrooms. Um, so they get a husky, full-blooded, papers, everything, right? Um, Now there's a reason I'm saying that because they spent money on it, right? And the owner told them, look, huskies are really fucking good at escaping. They did not believe him. We found it out. So we put him in a horse stall. Um, because the cage that they bought, he completely somehow managed to squeeze out of it. So we put him in the one of the horse things, and we're on the other side watching to see what he does. And this motherfucker used the nails. Technically, it'd be thumbs. I don't know what they're called, but the nails on his side to actually climb up and push himself up. And within 5 minutes, he was out. They did not keep him very long. They kept him for about a year and then eventually had to get rid of him because they could not, their lives were too busy and he was too much of an escape artist for us to handle him. So they eventually, they did find another home for him, a guy who owned 2 other huskies who lived on this giant ass farm, so he had plenty of room. LOL, I want to pet the big puppy, growls at me. Come here, I want to pet you. Exactly, that would exactly be me. Yes, dew claws. And yes, they love the cold. They love the cold. And here in Florida, it's definitely not the place, sadly. I would love one, though. But not here in Florida, obviously. A bunch of my neighbors have huskies. And I know this because they keep walking into my front door. Oh. No, if I were to ever get a dog, it would probably be a German Shepherd, a Terrier, and or my absolute all-time favorite breed of dogs. Can anybody guess this? Can anybody guess my all-time favorite breed of dogs? And it's not an ankle biter. It's an actual big dog, and they're working dogs, as in it's basically in their DNA. And I'll give people a second to see, and then I have to get up really quick because I love vaping, but I need a cigarette really quick. He never wanted to escape. He always just wanted to be on my lap. Oh, that's adorable. But yeah, really quick, while I go grab me a cigarette, let me know what you think my favorite dog species is. And it's going to shock some people. Other people would be like, nope, yep, I see that. Oh, there we go. Blue Hiller Sheepdog. Huh? That confused the hell out of me. Actually, whoever said the sheepdog got it right. It's Border Collie. Border Collies are my all-time favorite breed of dog. I don't know why. Blame it on Babe, the movie about the pig. But I absolutely am obsessed with them. And the farm that I lived on, she's retired now, but the owner of the farm used to actually breed them. Oh, they were so fucking adorable, and they're so smart. And but yeah, those are my all-time favorite breeds. Now, hold on, I gotta check this text message, and I may have to go to be able to respond to it. Huh? Oh, we were under a severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, let me check these comments. Dewclaw. Ah. They're awesome dog. My current dog is a border collie cross with lab. Oh, I bet it's gorgeous. But yes, border collies are like, I don't know why. They call to me so much. I'm completely obsessed with them. Either that or a German Shepherd. Now though, I want to check out what a Blue Heeler looks like. Um, and with that being said, I do have to go really quick. I may pop back on here within the next like 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how things go and everything. But seriously, thank y'all. This is one of the, I think, so far today, this is one of the coolest hangouts I think we've had in a while. And I just put that cigarette out that I just lit. What the fuck, brain? But I'm pretty sure the storms have subsided right now. We're kind of just getting rain. And besides making a phone call, sorry, the rain pattern looked a little weird on the window. Um, when you get one, keep them busy. Here in Utah, people don't keep them busy and they go crazy. I grew them and they scare me with crazy eyes. That's what I've been told. They have to constantly work because it's, like I said, it's like in their DNA. Um, but right now in my life, my partner has tried to bring dogs home all the time, and I look at him and I'm like, I love you to death, but no offense. With as busy as you are, your dog is going to become my responsibility, and what's going to wind up happening is the one thing I don't want, because due to the fact that I'm constantly here, I feed the cats. All of the animals we've ever had have always attached to me because I'm the one that brings them food and everything like that. And I'm like, if you get a dog, you're not going to be here enough, so it's going to wind up siring or attaching to me, and then I'm going to have more responsibility on my hands. Although at the same time, I would kind of like a dog. I just got to make sure it's okay with cats. My next door neighbor's dog pisses me off because he's got two. He's got this giant, fluffy, white sheepdog. It's not a border collie, but it's literally, they are livestock dogs. And then he has another one. I'm pretty sure it has some type of greyhound in it just by how the body is. And it's really tall. It's black, but it's got the greyhound body. It's just head slightly different. I hate that motherfucker so much because he has charged me. The neighbor was outside doing something, and I'm walking to go feed the crows, and as I'm walking back, the motherfucking dog looked at me across the yard, straight up sprinted towards me, got halfway up to me, and started slightly growling, and I clapped my hands, and he ran away. Whew. I haven't been able to emotionally handle getting a dog after having had to put last one to put to sleep. Oh, I'm sorry. But, yes, really quick, I need to go ahead and end this, because if I don't, I'm just going to sit here and continue talking. But seriously, thank you all so much for everybody who has commented and just kind of hanged out. I'm definitely going to be doing these a little bit more because I like it. It's fun. And like I said, there'll be another video posted a little bit later on today. Was that Twitter? Oh, Jacksonville, buckle up, because y'all about to get smacked. But yeah, seriously, thank you all so much. I'll be in and out of Discord and all that. And yeah, until then, I will see y'all and talk to y'all later. Peace. Yes, definitely.